Right. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm your host, Shane Ripley with Mountain Crypto. Today, we're going to look at the Tron Network and see what it's all about. This is a coin that I've heard about for a long time. We've all heard of Justin Sun. He's very good at the publicity. We're live streaming today from the East County San Diego mountains. I'm in my makeshift studio here today. We've had a power outage for the last couple of days. San Diego Gas and Electric, they've been shutting off our power quite a bit because they can't keep the maintenance up on their power lines. So it's just easier for them to shut off the power to tens of thousands of people who are isolated up here in the hills. What are you going to do? So I got the generator going. I got a makeshift light here, and just kind of show you here. Even though we have no power, I still got my mining rigs going, and you should see some green lights there. Come on, green lights. There's the green lights. So we are doing a little bit of mining here on the Sky Miner, and check out the Skycoin videos if you're interested in that. Pretty cool stuff. So my disclaimer real quick, I'm not a financial advisor, not an advisor of any kind, just sharing some things with you as I see fit that interest me, that just might interest you. So hope you enjoy our down home style. Did a little research on Tron, and I've always kind of wondered about it. And how come that's up there? Let's get rid of that. Always kind of wondered about Tron, and thought, you know, wow, it's a top coin. It's always in the news. Maybe I should invest in it. Never really knew what they did. I know that they took over another platform and another coin that was kind of dead. I believe they took over that platform. Had heard some stuff in the news, kind of interested in it. But basically what Tron is what I'm finding out from my research, and feel free to chime in the comments and stuff if you want to add to this. I know there's a lot of Tron fans out there. They're probably a lot better versed than me, but if you're not versed on it, this is what I get from it looking at their papers and their websites and different articles, is that Tron, I'm going to have to put on my cheaters here because I don't have good enough lighting here. It says Tron is an ambitious project dedicated to building the infrastructure for a truly decentralized internet. So seems like there's a lot of places that are claiming they're going to build a new internet. And so I thought that was kind of funny because, as I remember, Tron was on the ERC network. So they're Ethereum. They're built on the Ethereum platform. And I thought, well, how are they going to do that? I mean, that thing can't handle any transactions. But come to find out, Tron's been doing a lot of work. They have a mainnet going. They have some nodes going, and we'll take a look at that. So they are building a platform where they could have a decentralized internet. So that's kind of interesting. It says Tron Protocol, one of the largest blockchain-based world, offers scalable, high availability, and high throughput support that underlines all the decentralized applications in the Tron ecosystem. So what does that mean? Just kind of like a 30,000-foot flyover of that statement is, I know they have some apps that are being built on their platform, on their network. So, and I know that they're able to handle some transactions, quite a few transactions, and we'll look at that. So it looks like, you know, they are doing something here. And so that's good if you're a Tron fan. The throughput is a high calculation performance nodes that are selected as network witnesses, and thus a throughput is achieved by improving the TPS in Tron, which has surpassed Bitcoin and Ethereum to a daily use practical degree. So they're basically, they can do more transactions, and we'll look at their website. Actually, there's they have some updated information on that, what they're accomplishing. I think they're doing up to 2,000 per second, as opposed to Ethereum's, you know, 10 or 15, and Bitcoin's whatever it is, 5 or 7 transactions. The scalability, they say, is going to be deployed through Tron because its scalability is highly efficient. They have smart contracts. A combination of excellent database structures and accounting systems simplifies the actualization issues of complex design and model. Tron is totally developer friendly, achieves a high TPS, as well as supporting enormous numbers of users. Widespread applications of existing websites and operations systems or services are able to transfer to Tron, which make a living model improved and competitive. They're also claiming they're highly reliable. They're building the decentralized consensus mechanism. They're more reliable network structure. User asset and intrinsic value come with a higher degree of decentralization. Meanwhile, the consensus mechanism of Tron can save enormous energy power compared to POW, which is proof of work. So basically, they're just saying that they're safe. They have a consensus model built in. It's not proof of work. I guess it would be proof of stake because you can get a node, but you have to have so many. You have to have some Tron owned. You have to have skin in the game before you can run a node. Like what I showed you there in the beginning, my nodes there. Highly reliable. Yeah, it's reliable because when you compare it to like Ethereum, when they get bogged down with so many users using their network, it crashed, right? When they did, everybody knows about the crypto kitties. Ethereum had a game that you could play on their network, on their platform, called Crypto Kitties, and it was very popular. And it actually crashed their system because there was so many transactions taking place in the playing the game, trading, buying and selling cats, and people were breeding cats and all this stuff. This is a way that different coins that have a mainnet, a mainframe, or a platform or a network, they're going to test that mainnet. And by putting these applications on there, which typically are going to be games and things like that, that's how they test it. So user friendly. So I guess it's easier to build these dApps and things like that. Tron team is dedicated to building a utility blockchain product, fully understanding its users' needs and expectation. They're saying it's a lower cost. Ethereum, is pretty expensive for transfers and costs you like, easily $5 just to make a small transaction with it, depending on how busy the network is. Same thing, Bitcoin, the transfer fees go up as it gets more demand. When Bitcoin was up to 20,000, we were paying a lot more to transfer $100 worth of Bitcoin than we do right now. They have a unique consensus, and I'm reading from their paper, their white paper, the short version. It's a 7-page. It's right here. What is Tron? So this is kind of their short version of their white paper. Low cost. Tron adapts design with low calculation costs and makes it more expandable, more commercially stable or suitable, excuse me. User friendly. We already read about that. The core design, unique consensus under Tron improved POS. So it's proof of stake. Like I was saying, POW is proof of work. So Bitcoin, you hook up your machine, you have to, your computer, one of the computers, usually in a pool of hundreds of computers, will figure out the block and decrypt it and put it together and hash it so that you have one block, and the hash ties the one block to the second block. And then once that happens, a lot of the other computers agree that you have completed that block. That allows it to be hashed into the system and allows you to get the reward, which is typically divided amongst all those computers in a particular pool. And there's, hundreds of different pools that are a group of computers. You can do that through like NiceHash or Honey Miner and things like that. Different groups are AMP. If you're an AMP miner, if you've got a Bitmain AMP miner, you might go through AMP miner. They have pools where all these computing power is figuring out these transactions. and hashing these blocks together, confirmation is being done and the payouts are done. So that's a proof of work. Proof of stake, you basically are running the nodes. You may get paid on amount of activity that goes through there, or you may get a divided amount that is a reward for all the nodes, depending on how they do it. And you usually have to have a stake. You need to have a wallet and have some of the coins in the wallet, whatever amount the different company requires. So if you have, you know, say 100 or 1,000 Tron in an account, and the wallets, you're getting paid for your proof of stake for running your nodes, you're going to get so much. They know you have stake in the game. You're not going to mess up everything, or you're going to, you know, they know where your wallet is, and you have some accountability. They have your email, things like that. So that's proof of stake, and that's how they run their network. So hope you understand that. What else? So that's their consensus. Global users cooperate to accomplish the calculation task. High performance decentralized distribution nodes are spontaneously chosen by holders who take their interest into serious consideration. Smart contract with high efficiency. It will be actualized in the following ways. Tron enables Java development, a programming language that owns a mature development community, supports multi-scene and also highly efficient consensus mechanism. Tron embraces excellent database structure and account system to help in conversion from complex modules into utility applications. So if you're familiar with JavaScript, this is a very familiar programming language. They've tried to keep it easy by using that as their programming language, apparently. They aim to build Tron ecosystem that everyone can participate and benefit from. Less cost for users, improved convenience of life, gain a fortune by using various dApps, which are applications deployed in Tron. Developers has a startlingly vast range of rights, including deploying dApps on the Tron network, expanding business, and carrying forward their own belief and value. Network Witness outlines support for Tron and gains abundant returns. Everyone will devote their energy to the construction and prosperity of Tron ecosystem and be rewarded from it regardless of users, developers, or Tron network witnesses. So that's basically kind of it in a nutshell. They're trying to build a new internet. I understand they're trying to get the entertainment side of the internet, and maybe that includes like social media. I'm not sure. We've seen this in a lot of other projects that are out there. So they definitely have a lot of competition. It seems like the latest, greatest thing is everybody's getting their mainnet going. And that seems to be their main utility. And then they're building these applications on their mainnet that they're hoping will be utilized for different purposes. Here's an article that I found. I found several good articles that have all been written pretty recently on Tron. This one is Tron breaks Ethereum's record of the most transactions recorded in 24 hours. This was on the 10th, just a couple days ago, on CoinGap.com, CoinGape.com. So that's good. You know, I think Ethereum is going to, you know, build a side chain or find ways of overcoming their slow transactions. But for right now, the bragging rights that everybody tries to compare against is always Ethereum. And they said that they have the highest number of 24-hour transactions of Ethereum ever recorded was 1,349,890 on January 4th, 2018, while Tron was 1,367,488 on November 9th. So that's their bragging rights. I don't know that that's, you know, a super awesome accomplishment of beating Ethereum, but they claim that they're going to be able to do a lot more. They're here, they have another one saying Tron has exceeded 1 million daily transactions while growing the number of accounts and online nodes. So they've also pushed their way up. You know, they were like about 13th or 14th biggest cryptocurrency. They are in the top 11 now. So people are taking notice. So I guess that's all good stuff. Not just transactions, but the total accounts and the block heights have reached a larger amount, and that's also documented. So they are, you know, they are getting stuff done. They are beating records. They are definitely pushing ahead of Ethereum. Interesting article here as well. If I can keep from clicking the wrong. This article here was written by Crypto Daily. This was November 10th, again, a couple days ago. They talk about, you know, all the news coming out from Bitcoin Cash, from XRP and Tron, and they're saying, hey, what is the commonality of Bitcoin Cash and XRP? Well, the only real thing is they've all made a lot of headlines. And, you know, sentiment is important. It does have something to do with it. I would not discount it, but they go into what's happened. And with Tron, again, the news has been the transaction fees as well as the transaction amounts. So the fees are reasonable according to this. It says here they can withstand more than 1 million transactions per day. So that's good. And then Tron has mitigated from the Ethereum network we talked about in the beginning to the Tron network, which is their own blockchain. And it says with the new daily transactions throughput, it suggests that developers over at Tron will need to extend this trend for as long as possible. Unlike other projects, it seems the network has room for more growth in the future. Transaction costs remains relatively low to average 2 cents, where Bitcoin current fee is more than 4 cents in regions where that's cents, where regions, whereas Ethereum's fee still sit around 19 cents. So that's a big deal. Ethereum is expensive. We mentioned that in the beginning. So, you know, is the Ethereum network really what you're going to want to build your platform and your network on? Not right now. They need to make some improvements. So this is good for Tron, because if people are going to use a cryptocurrency, then it definitely is important how much you're spending to make the transactions. And as you start investing in cryptocurrency, you're going to see, and you're going to go, man, why am I paying $5 to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin on Coinbase on my phone app if I can buy USD and put that in my Coinbase account for free, and then I transfer that to my Coinbase Pro, and then I buy Bitcoin at 1/3%. It cost me 30 cents for $100 worth of Bitcoin. You know, it's all about saving money if you're going to be investing in this ecosystem of cryptocurrency. So this article here, again, Tron blockchain and the TRX coin network's top accomplishments of 2018. This was written by Bitcoin Exchange Guide News Team on November 7th. And it's a good article. You might want to look at it. It talks about a lot of the roadmap and the key assets and infrastructure, as well as their strategic partnerships and acquisition of new companies, which is probably the biggest news, I think, that Tron has made this year. They have their virtual machine, which is the Tron virtual machine, and it's the tech that helps them have a lot of array of features and functions. It helps them build decentralized applications, and a game called Tron Belt. There's actually a lot of applications going on right now that you can look at through Tron. definitely competing with Ethereum as far as their smart contracts and the cost of implementing that. Tron was noted on Changely, which is actually a good deal, a big deal, because of the trading pairs where you can buy Tron with direct tokens with your fiat currency. You can buy these tokens, and that saves you money, because if you have to buy Bitcoin and then use Bitcoin to buy your coin, it's going to cost you more money. And it's going to take more time. Another thing that was big is the Bitbox listing. Tron got listed on Bitbox Exchange, and that really helped them gain some momentum. They jumped up about 13%. I think it's dropped some since then. BitTorrent acquisition was a big deal. That's probably the biggest news. They are, there's 100 million users on BitTorrent. So, yeah, as they become more involved in peer-to-peer entertainment, with BitTorrent, and if the token is utilized through that, that'll be huge, and I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it is being implemented. Their main net launch is big. That started in June 25th, and when they exited the Ethereum platform, if you haven't converted your Tron coins over, you probably need to do that pretty quickly if it isn't already too late. I'm not sure. That's something you want to do. They have an atomic wallet. This is where you do these atomic swaps, which is basically able to trade coins for next to nothing within your wallet. Maybe nothing. I'm sure there's still transaction fees, but there should be no additional fees. This Project Atlas launch, this is going to be a bridge between the blockchain and person-to-person networks. So I'm not sure, but it sounds like you could be able to connect one platform to another. And that's what it says, blockchain. So maybe even the internet, a way to tie into it. I don't think that's huge. I know Steemit is, you can get them from the internet and be on the Steemit network. Tron Link deployment. It's another way to access the blockchain through browsers like Chrome and Firefox, because not everybody uses the same browsers. So that helps make it easier for people to use, for creators to create. Integration of Poppy, which is a payment processor that will be able to allow a Tron token as payment. And there's apps that runs that. It has the technology that powers MasterCard, Visa, debit cards, credit cards. And in this adoption, Tron will become more widespread and able to be used more fluently as a means of transferring value and making purchases. So there's a lot going on here. Let's look at the Tron network. Just go to Tron .network, and it pops up, or it should pop up. They have a video here. I'm not going to play that because the volume doesn't work right. I don't have this set up. But if you look at the, they have everything right here. The technical docs, that's where I got that 7-page. They have a lot going on in GitHub. They talk about their mainnet here, which is improving it, making it much better than Bitcoin or Ethereum. They have this high scalability because all you got to do is add more nodes, and then you have more power, more storage. There's the token burn right there. Talks about that. They're listed on a lot of, here they show their transfer, 2,000 per second. Ethereum's 25, Bitcoin's 3 to 6. Here they show the wallet, what's available, web, mobile, desktop, and such. There is their node map. They have 1,516 nodes. It's a start. I don't think it's mind-blowing, but it's a start. I've always big about Skycoin. Skycoin has like 8,000 nodes, and I think that number's gonna quadruple in the next coming month or two, because you can build your own, or you can buy their authorized one. miner. They have hardware, things like that. This is not a SkyCoin review, so we'll stick with Tron. Some of the other things that are good about Tron, let's see. I know I wanted to share some stuff with you here. What the heck was it? I'm trying to remember what it was. You can get the technical docs here. What else was I wanting to show you? There was something here. Probably on about. You got, of course, Justin's son, who is just a really good voice for the company. He's just been a publicity animal. You got to hand it to him for that and give him a lot of credit. This is what I want to show you. You know, they're hiring. That's a good sign. So they're making money. I like that they have an office in San Francisco. You know, you might have heard me do a video on China and how China is just really, you know, I'm leery of China, although Beijing and Hong Kong are business friendly for crypto in China. And that's where Justin's son is based out of. Being that they have it here in San Francisco as well gives me a good measure of comfort knowing that the company is going to be around. And here's their schedules, some of the things that you can look at, some of their accomplishments. You can look at that. You can get on their social media. They have a lot of social media. I think it's a good project, and I can see why it's almost in the top 10. I am a little leery that there's so many projects that are, you know, pushing their main net and pushing a new internet and things like that. I'd like to see a more far-reaching plan written out. They do have good partnerships, so there's no doubting that. I don't think this is a scam. I wouldn't say that at all. I think it's a real project. I think they're going to do things. I think they've got the strength to withstand some storm in the so-called upcoming altcoin apocalypse. But you know, I don't know. I might put a few bucks into it. I have projects that I really like, and I would like to see more of their long-term projects and what they're doing. Their value for what the coin is and what they're accomplishing right now seems a little low to me now. When I look at, let's just go to coinmarketcap.com, coinmarketcap.com. Let's just take a look real quick here. And you can see that, whoops. And hang in there to the end with me, because I've got some updates that I want to share with you, and I want to get some input from you. So again, Tron here is number 11. Their market cap is $1.5 billion. That's real strong. There's their volume. So the coin is actually going for about 2.25 pennies per share. Let's look at the long-term chart, and I do believe that they're priced fairly good for a purchase. You know, this isn't investing advice, but you know, if you just look at their all-time low in the last year, since November 2018, they've been between a quarter of a penny and such, 0036. And then, of course, their all-time high here was a quarter of a penny. And it looks like a quarter of a penny, point USD. Yeah, 0.25. So what was that? 25 cents. 25 cents. So here they're at 9 cents. Here they're at 7 cents. So, you know, I mean, right in here, these are kind of low numbers, and their main net's coming out, and they're making all these advancements. They're having these business partnerships. They're buying companies. You know, I mean, in my opinion, they're doing a lot more than some of the other big top 10 coins, and yet they're still number 11, and the price is relatively down for the time, you know, 2 cents, 2.25 cents each. I mean, if you're going to get in Tron and you're expecting a big market boost like most of us are expecting within the next 3 months or so, of course, that's not guaranteed. It's speculative. But I would say this is probably a good time to get into Tron. It's up to you. Okay, what else? What else is going on, folks? Let me get my calendar out here and tell you what I got going on. This Friday, I will be doing a live presentation in San Diego County the 16th, I believe, at 10 o'clock at the Alpine Library. You can go to my website at mountaincrypto.net. There's an address there and a phone number and all that. Come on down. We're going to do basic blockchain. We're going to talk about how to protect yourself. I give you a whole handout. It's free on security. We do we talk about the wallets. We talk about the exchanges. We talk a little bit about all cryptocurrencies in general. We talk about all these things. We talk about, I give you a technique to obtain Bitcoin and top cryptocurrencies at a decent rate, a decent price. Instead of paying top dollar, paying 5–10% to buy them, we get you in there for 1/3% for the fee. And we open it up to questions and answers. So that's going on. Also, we've got over 3,000 views. I think we've been posting now for a little over 6 months. And we're real proud of that. We've been getting a lot of comments, and we thank you folks for that as well. Encourage more comments. We can handle the negative stuff. Just be polite. That's all we ask. We're family friendly here. You know, we don't appreciate F-bombs at all or any of that kind of language. And what else? What else? Check out some of our other videos. I did an interview with the co-founder for the XYO coin, Marcus Levin, real nice guy, super solid project. Right up there, Skycoin and that are like my favorite projects right now. And I went to the event they had this weekend in San Diego, and I've got a couple videos on that, so check that out. Also wanting to do some community stuff. If you're local and you're interested in doing some community stuff, I'm thinking maybe I should start another channel for it and do updates on our favorite coins, which right now are going to be Skycoin and the XYO coin, and maybe building a community and giving some support for that. If you're interested in that, let me know. Also thinking of doing a giveaway in the next month, maybe, of some Skycoin. So if you haven't got a Skycoin wallet, go get one. It's not going to be a huge giveaway because you know, we do everything pretty much for free here, and but just an incentive to comment and subscribe and join in. And that's about it. Oh, we have an event coming up on January, and this is on a Saturday. So if you're in Southern California, you might want to drive out. It's on a Saturday. It's going to be at the Lakeside Library at 2 p.m. We're going to do a presentation much like the other one. So come on down. It's free. Standing room only, we're expecting for Saturday. So get on our website, mountaincrypto.net, and check it out. We're on Facebook. All of our other social medias are on the description. We have a few links on our website and on the descriptions that help support the channel. If you want to get started in those things, feel free to check it out. All right? With that, I'm your host, Shane Ripley. Over and out.